back to Bad's garage. Weather's shite today, so I'm going to spend a bit of time in the garage. Got a couple of bits left still to do on the XJ. It's chucked another minor issue at me, which I've got to try and sort out. We'll get into that, but in the meantime I'm going to have to pull the tank off again. Because like I say, I've got an electrical issue to try and sort out. I need to measure the pipes up to get the right fuel filter for the fuel pump, and clean and put back the chain cover. So we'll crack on with that. Alright, so when I put it all together, I discovered that the horn wouldn't work. I was testing this, that and the other, couldn't figure out what it was. Worked out that it was the earth side of the horn that wasn't working. Where do I put that now? So yeah, I stripped some of this cabling covering off, and believe it or not, this stuff here is factory, which is absolute shit. But anyway, I got back to where the cable joins, because there's the earth just there, and I was getting a good earth to there, and all it turned out that even though it was still connected, the wire had broke, but the insulation was still there, so I couldn't actually see that it was broke. So I'll put a new end on it. I'm going to heat shrink it, and hopefully when I plug this in, it'll work. What do you know? That's all it was. It's mostly down to the wiring on this bike being so old. You're going to get breakages inside. So clear all this crap away now. I'll get this retaped, get this all taped up, clean back up, and then I can get the tank and stuff back on. We can pull it out, and we can get the chain sprocket side cleaned up, put back together, and then before it comes off the stand, all I've got to do then is replace the gaskets in the exhaust. But if I don't get round to doing that today, I won't bother. I'll take it off the stand anyway, and we'll get the 7R on probably in the next video. But I've still got I've measured this 6mm internal diameter pipe. Just need to order a filter, replace that, and job's a good one, or a fish, as I say. Yeah, that's all that sorted out. The only thing I need to go under here for again is when I get the filter for this, and I can replace that pipe. I'm not going to touch that until I get the filter, because it just means doing it twice, doesn't it? You know, there's no point in fitting any pipe to any filter unless it's ready to go straight on. So yeah, we'll get the airbox and the tank back on. We'll check that she fires, and then we'll pull her out a bit, and we'll fit the chain cover on that side so we'll get that clean as well. Well, back up and running. Still got that exhaust leak. I'll let it warm up a bit, and then we'll pull it out, and we'll get the other casing put back on after we go in and clean. Right, so need to get this cleaned out, ready for the cover to go back on. It's not that dirty, to be honest. You know, it's impossible to keep these clean anyway, because all this is designed to catch it anyway. So it's not too bad. So we'll get all that cleaned out as best we can, and get the cover back on, and then pretty much this bike can then come off this stand, ready for the 7R to go on, which will be nice to get started on that, because I would really love to get that thing running again. Beautiful beast. Anyway, let's crack on with this. Right, so pretty clean. I'm going to get it much cleaner than that. So we'll get that cover put back on, and yeah, see what we can play with after that. Right, so that's all back together now. We'll just have a quick go, because I like to just check that we're all still running. Now this will be starting on its own battery power. Yeah, we still need to change that battery. Just give me a second. Let me uplift the power pack back up. Yeah. So the reason I keep checking that it's starting is because obviously there's been a lot of electrical problems on this bike. So as I take stuff off and move stuff, things seem to break, like the horn, for instance, and then before the stator, which magically fixed itself. But I've got a thing about the stator in a second anyway. So yeah, we're hooked up. See if she fires up. I'm sure she will. Wicked. Well, just get this all put back together again, the seat on and whatever, and shove it out of the way, and yeah, we'll have a little chat about that package over there, eBay again. So yeah, there she is, all back in one piece, bar the exhaust. It's basically ready for an MOT. So at some point this week we shall be getting this off the ABBA stand, and we'll be making a start on the 7R. First thing I'm going to do on the 7R is we're going to get the tank off, and we've got some vinegar thing here. I'm going to fill it with that, because it's not heavy rust, it's only light rust, which pissed me off that there's even rust in there in the first place. But anyway, we'll get some of that in there, leave it in there for I don't know, a couple of days or whatever, and we'll get the carbs off to see if there's any crap in the carbs, because I've got a sneaky suspicion that's probably all it's going to be. And we'll make a start on getting that thing running first, because once it's running, there's not an awful lot to do to put it back on the road, apart from replacing the indicators, which I've got new spare ones in that bag over there. So yeah, next week we should be on that, and then of course, as this is off, I can move both of these outside to work solely on that bike there. Another issue I had, which I've mentioned a couple of times but not got round to it, is eBay. When I found the stator wasn't charging, I naturally assumed that the stator was knackered. So I ordered one, and this is what came. And the way they sent it was wrapped in this, then in a plastic bag, and then obviously in the parcel bag. Why they didn't box it, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was damaged before they sent it, or it's got damaged while it was being sent. Cause, you know, these delivery guys, they don't take care with it. They just throw them around the van. So, because they don't know what's in it, and they don't really care, and it's not labelled as fragile or any of that shit anyway. But I mean, the issues are it's got chips all over it with the insulation. Hang on. Yeah, the insulation's gone on it. You know, it's there. Move out of the way, plug. There. And back the other side. There. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that would affect it in any way, but when you order stuff from eBay, you know, I think purely if it had just packaged it right, it wouldn't have got damaged, unless it was damaged while it's been knocking around his breaker's yard. It might have been in that bag thrown around on the shelf, and that's how it's got damaged. It might not have got damaged in transit at all. But anyway, to be fair, the guy, he didn't argue, he didn't mess about. He just refunded me money straight away. So it's not an issue, but it's just sometimes it's annoying when You know, this guy's a proper breaker as well. You'd have thought he'd have at least boxed something like that. You know, makes no sense. It's like sticking a headlight in a carrier bag and putting a post-it sticker on it and sending it like that. It's not going to come in. It's not going to come to you in good condition, that is it. So no, we'll just we'll chuck that in the parts bin, you know, because you know at some point I might need a plug like that, or a pin out of that plug, or a bit of wire. I don't know. So it'll come in useful for something. Whether it'll come in use as a starter, or I don't know. Luckily, I don't need that, and you know the one that was in it magically fixed itself. So anyway, that's eBay moan over and done with. So yeah, sometime next week this will be off here. The 7R will be on, and we can crack on with doing that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.